Good morning. Joel, once again, you've outdone yourself. Thank you for today's beautiful music. Your playing just puts joy in my heart, and I know I'm not alone. Thank you. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Desert. I am Denise Janssen, your worship associate for today, and I have the honor of celebrating this service, Beloved Garden, Earth Day, and Growth of Spirit. Before we begin, please take a moment to silence your cell phones and all your technology. Spring is my favorite time of the year in the Coachella Valley, which is why my husband and I make a point to return every April for the entire month, every year. Everything is blooming, and my soul gets sustenance from the abundance around me. With Earth Day coming up on Tuesday, these next words hold a special meaning that we cannot ignore. Won't you please read them with me? We acknowledge that we live on the historic homelands of the various bands of Cahuilla people, and we honor the unique relationships that we hope emerges between our community and the indigenous people and their traditional territories. Let this acknowledgement serve as a reminder to recognize, honor, reconcile, and partner with the Cahuilla people whose lands and water we benefit from today. With all the hate, terror, and pain that is bombarding us every day from Washington, D.C., coming here on Sundays offers us a safe place to lay down our anger, our fear, and our feelings of just being overwhelmed and just be together. In this sanctuary, we welcome people of all sexual orientations and gender identities, of all ages and sizes, people of all economic statuses and professions, civic engagement, and of all physical or mental abilities. We welcome people of all races, ancestries, and cultures. We welcome you wherever you come from, whoever you love, and whatever your immigration status is. We welcome all those who will learn and grow with us as we commit together to embrace the rich and beautiful diversity of the world and to build a community centered in justice, in compassion, and in love. You are welcome here. We're very glad you are with us this morning, whether you're here in the sanctuary or you're watching from home. Your presence here today is a blessing. We look forward to getting to know you better at our coffee time after the service ends. If you want to learn more about us, please contact Pam in our office at admin@uucod.org to begin receiving their newsletter. But if you cannot wait until next Friday to get the newsletter, go to our website, www.uucod.org. It's that simple. There's a lot of stuff there. And now, please join us as Reverend Ian rings our Tibetan bowl, and we listen to Joel Baker play our music for centering to begin our service.
Good morning again. I am the Reverend Ian Riddell, and I have the joy and honor and delight of serving this congregation as its minister. We gather together today in the presence of the old Easter story of death defeated by emptiness, of hope and newness triumphant over fear and separation. We come hearts heavy with pain and anxiety, spirits flattened by exhaustion and apathy, vision darkened by strife and violence. And we come seeking connection and love in this place of community. May the old Easter story of hope and rebirth lighten our hearts and make us glad in the presence of each other's love. May our spirits be joyful as we worship together today. Friends, will you embody yourself, embody that joy, embody the beauty of this community and this world as you rise in body or in spirit as we sing together our opening hymn, For the Beauty of the Earth.
Please join me in reading our unison aspiration as Reverend Ian lights our chalice. May the love be the spirit of this church. May the quest for truth be its sacrament and service be its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, and to help one another in fellowship. This is our aspiration. And now, please join me in reading the words on the screen as Dierk Schur lights our biopod candles. We light these candles in solidarity with Black, Indigenous, and other people of color as we journey together towards spiritual wholeness. May we, as a beloved community, work to dismantle racism and all forms of oppression. May we live out our principles so that justice, liberty, and equity for all prevail. Thank you, choir. It spoke to our hearts. Today's Share the Plate recipient is Alianza Coachella Valley. They do one thing and they do it well. They bring together community members, leaders, nonprofits, and government leaders to address the health and economic issues faced by the most marginalized people who live within our Coachella Valley. They get results. This group's work recognizes the importance of a strong safety net. They identify underlying causes of poverty, work for changes in policies and systems. Community members are part of the entire process from the beginning to the end. At its essence, Alianza exists to reduce the inequities of the Coachella Valley, which are best illustrated by the gaps that distinguish its western region with affluent gated Gulf communities from its eastern region of agricultural towns north of the Salton Sea with dim opportunities for real economic, mental, or physical health. Because it's Easter Sunday, no one from Alianza was able to join us, but they sent a video to tell us about an exciting new campaign, the Thriving Salton Sea Communities. Won't you watch it with me?
How can we work together to ensure the Salton Sea region thrives?
How do we center community voices and experiences? Follow the best science. Align on strategic land use planning and investments, and help our residents live healthy lives.
Alianza Coachella Valley is proud to launch the campaign for Thriving Salton Sea Communities.
This community-led campaign is focused on improving the quality of life and economic opportunities for residents surrounding the Salton Sea in the Coachella and Imperial Valleys.
Our campaign uplifts the needs of our region and most importantly accelerates solutions.
Alianza, with our coalition of mission-aligned residents, nonprofits, researchers, and civic leaders, are committed to creating the conditions that make it possible to have a more vibrant and prosperous Salton Sea region.
When we work together,
we can achieve
a thriving environment,
thriving health,
And a thriving economy for all.
Will you join us?
Learn more at www.thrivingsaltonsea.com.
Salton Sea Communities will uplift the needs of the Salton Sea community and, most importantly, will accelerate science-led solutions created by community members, community leaders, stakeholders, and state and federal people. Please give as generously as you are able here in the sanctuary, or if you are watching online from your home, from the link you were emailed earlier today.
Thank you all for your generosity today and every day, for the support of this community and the support of our partners who do such beautiful and powerful work in our community and our region. This is a time in our service where we acknowledge that we do not come through these doors empty-handed or empty-hearted. We bring with us our aching hearts, our joyful spirits. We bring with us our aching bodies and our sparking minds. And so we take a moment in this service every week to pause and lift up those joys, those sorrows that are in our hearts that we want to share with this wider community. And today, before we do that, as we start that, I want to share the words of the Reverend Marge Kipe with you. Marge Kipe was once the minister, the co-minister of the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of the Monterey Peninsula, where I did my internship back in the day. She was there long before I was, but her words are carried with me since then. As surely as we belong to the universe, we belong together. We join here to transcend the isolated self, to reconnect, to know ourselves to be at home, here on earth, under the stars, and linked with each other. Take a deep breath. Join me in a spirit of prayer and contemplation. Spirit of life, source of love, fire of our broken but still shining hearts, we gather together today, remembering you, remembering and reminding each other that we are part of such a deep and broad spirit of love that we cannot escape it. On this day when we celebrate the beauty and interconnectedness of the earth and the cosmos and all of her creatures. On this day when we celebrate the return of hope and joy snatched from the jaws of defeat and death at the hand of empire. On this day when we remember how the devastation that homegrown hatred and violence grow and can explode into our lives, causing death and destruction. And on this day when we celebrate the anniversary of resistance to tyranny and domination, and even though it was 250 years ago, it is still live in us today. On this day, in this place, we are humble. On this day, in this place, we are angry. Spirit of life, on this day, in this place, we are fearful. And on this day, we are hopeful. Hopeful that our choices this day and every day that follows will nurture safety and possibility for all of our neighbors, no matter the color of their skin, the country of their origin, or the way their brain functions so gloriously. We are hopeful that our actions this day and each day that follows will build a world of hope and love in our hearts, in our neighborhoods, in our nation, and in the world. And on this day, we are hopeful that we can find the strength in ourselves and in each other to resist hatred, to resist diminishment, to resist fear and discrimination, and to resist tyranny and power and cruelty. On this day, we are hopeful. On this day, we are humble. On this day, we are committed. And we pause in the arms of that hope, that humility, and that commitment. May all beings know peace. May all beings know an end to suffering. May all beings know love. Friends, will you join your hopeful, humble, and committed voices as we sing together Spirit of Life?
All the stirrings of
In the neighborhood where my husband Mark and I live, there are many animals. There are human animals, of course, and there are a lot of dogs, and a few cats, though we don't see them outside as much. And there are lizards and rabbits and birds, hummingbirds and crows and roadrunners and lots of songbirds. And because we have a large pond, there are ducks, which hatch a large batch of ducklings every year around this time, and one or two pairs of Canada geese, who produce a lot of beautiful noise, and a couple of goslings every year. It warms my heart when I see the Canada geese, obviously. And occasionally there are coyotes. Sometimes singles, some in families. Maybe that's connected to the rabbits and the ducklings, I don't know. But for a long time, before the most recent burst of construction in our neighborhood started, the coyotes lived in overgrown empty lots. They come and they go. Because of that construction recently, the number of people and small dogs living here has increased a lot, and a Facebook group was created so that neighbors could communicate. Now, the most common things we communicate about are griping about the construction contractor and the security or lack thereof at the main gate. It is a typical HOA. And lately, the coyotes. We get regular reports of who has seen how many coyotes, how big they are, and where they were at what time. Warnings to those with small dogs to take care, to wear lights at night, and carry something to beat the coyotes away if necessary. This past week, a family of 3 coyotes moved in, showed up, and had been very forward sniffing at people's doors, startling dog walkers, making beautiful noise at night. It is kind of haunting and beautiful. And the conversation in the Facebook group has turned to how to get rid of them. Pepper spray, calling animal control, driving them off with sticks. All very fearful and angry, to be honest. I mean, often from a place of being affronted that the coyotes would dare to enter our neighborhood and threaten our little furry loved ones. Now, I love my little furry loved ones as much as the next person. But all of this conversation has me thinking about the fact that coyotes have been at home on this land for a lot longer than we've been here. Our being here has helped them stick around, of course, but they've been around a lot longer than we've been here. Thinking about the fact that when the city periodically cleans out all the vegetation out of the wash, the arroyo that is between us and 111, that more coyotes show up in our neighborhood when their territory is disrupted. What would it mean to understand the threat the coyotes offer our pets, yes, but also to understand them to be our neighbors, not interlopers or invaders? How might we think differently about how we respond to them? I've been thinking about that as we've headed towards Earth Day, which we celebrate this coming week. That day we have set aside to honor and take joy in the beauty and richness of our planetary home, and to commit to nurturing and protecting it and celebrating all of its inhabitants. Here at this congregation, we are celebrating with a gathering of poetry and dance and joy on our labyrinth and our sacred grounds on Tuesday evening. It's at 6 o'clock. I said I would mention that. If you come a little earlier than that, you might get a guided tour of our sacred grounds. So please do, if you can, come on Tuesday evening and share in our joy as we celebrate our grounds and the earth and hear some poetic words and dance together. If you want more information, you can talk to Cheryl. So, as I've been thinking about Earth Day, you know that I often listen. Well, I don't hear voices in my head. Well, I do, we all do. But I've been listening to some different voices as I've pondered Earth Day this year and as I've thought about my coyote neighbors. And the voices I've been listening to are an indigenous biologist, a white poet and essayist, and an African-American theologian and philosopher, all of whom point towards thinking of our relationship with nature and the environment and all of its creatures in a way that is radically different than thinking and talking about invading species and resource extraction and dominion over the earth. Robin Wall Kimmerer, who I've mentioned to you before, writes in Braiding Sweetgrass about a practice and a deep ritual of gratitude enacted annually by the Haudenosaunee, or Six Nations people, who inhabit large parts of the northeast of what has become our country, starting south of Lake Ontario. In what they call their Thanksgiving address, Kimmerer writes, the Haudenosaunee describe our mutual allegiance as human delegates to the democracy of species. Human delegates to the democracy of species. She continues, she writes, if what we want for our people is patriotism, then let us inspire true love of country by invoking the land herself. If we want to raise good leaders, let us remind our children of the eagle and the maple. If we want to grow good citizens, then let us teach reciprocity. If what we aspire to is justice for all, then let it be justice for all of creation. Reciprocity, understanding ourselves as delegates along with other species, and justice for all creation. These understandings are echoed in a long essay called Life is a Miracle by poet and essayist Wendell Berry, who wonders about exactly how it is we are going to save our diminishing and damaged world. He writes, it is impossible to talk about the salvation of the world in the same language by which the world has been dismembered and defaced. To treat life as less than a miracle, he says, is to give up on it. We are not given the world as something to be used up or exploited, but to be cherished as a gift, as a miracle. We only see clearly when we know that our lives inevitably have an impact on all of the lives of the other creatures around us, and their lives have an impact on us. We are woven into a web together, is the language we use so often. Of course, science can help us see more clearly what those impacts are and imagine new ways of relating, but our decisions about how to live and act in the world must, for Berry, grow not, quote, from the capability of our technology, but from our groundedness in relationship with the nature around us, that we are part of the nature of our places and our communities. We must understand ourselves as part of, in reciprocal relationship with, enmeshed with, the other species of living things and the environment in which we are all held. This is also the understanding of Carol Wayne Wright, a religious naturalist theologian and philosopher who uses that exact word, enmeshed, when she describes humanity's place and part in the world around. She says humanity is a material process of nature in relationship with other forms of nature, simply one branch of a seemingly endless natural cosmos. We are, she says, a relational process of nature. When we think about our choice to love this world, how might we choose differently if we understood ourselves as loving something we are an integral part of, something in which we are enmeshed, something that is us? This kind of thinking and understanding has been the inspiration and grounding for our Unitarian Universalist Association's approach to what we've called green sanctuaries. This has been a program where our congregations have paid attention to the environmental impacts of how they have been meeting and organizing, how we heat and cool our buildings, how we use paper and other disposable products, how we engage in recycling and reusing, and a lot more. Our congregation has been certified as a green sanctuary thanks to the long and ongoing work of many of you. And the Unitarian Universalist Association has reimagined this process to embrace understandings like those I was just describing and to integrate more deeply our understanding of our broader relationships and the onset of more serious impacts from climate change that are already happening and how those changes impact us unevenly. The program outlines 4 essentials of climate action: congregational transformation, working together to improve the way we organize and collaborate; community resilience, building communities of care to prepare and respond to climate disruption; justice, partnering with those who are most harmed by climate change; and mitigation, reducing emissions from energy use, transportation, waste, and consumption. And then it imagines 5 approaches that congregations can take in working in those areas. The program invites congregations to develop and nurture their leadership team, to ground actions in the realities of oppression and harm in our local communities, to create a shared reimagining of what community thriving might be, to explore possible actions for each of the essential factors that I mentioned, and to agree on short-term actions and long-term goals. There's a couple of lists. I'll send you a link. And the new program isn't a once-and-done kind of thing. Congregations are invited to take action in these areas as an ongoing commitment that is renewed each year. I hope that we can take a look at the new program again over the coming years. Even if we don't adopt it whole cloth, it may provide us some insight and resources for grappling with climate change and deepening our commitment to our sacred grounds and our wider community. And I think the choir is going to bless us again.
Each creature has a purpose, reserved.
In June of 1980, Mount St. Helens in Oregon erupted, you may remember, covering the region around with ash and almost instantly destroying the forests and ecosystems on the slopes and surrounding areas. The eruption brought death and destruction and ashes a long way away. Around 18 months later, Portland resident Ursula Le Guin traveled with some other writers and artists to visit the mountain and surrounding area. They found themselves still surrounded by devastation and destruction, but after returning home from the visit, Le Guin wrote a sequence of poems called In the Red Zone, reflecting on the visit and the mountain. In one section, after describing the vast destruction, she wrote these words: "But is it wrong to say the names of hope? The names break through the gray crust, tough, sweet and seedy fireweed, pearly everlasting vetch, some grass, some bracken fern, a brownish-orange mushroom the size of a thumbtack down in a hollow of the huge dead trees by the stinking shores of the little, sick, dark lake. But is it wrong to say the names of hope?" For Christians of all stripes around the world, this weekend is one of deep significance. Jesus, whose ministry was grounded in deep challenge to empire and oppression, whose ministry was explicitly among those pushed to the side of society, the sick, the poor, the outsider, the disabled, Jesus was executed by the oppressive empire, and his followers were devastated and scattered. And then, as the old stories tell us, on this day, he rose again. It was not in the tomb where they left him. Hope and joy for his followers, arising from the devastation of death and despair, possibility and love returned to the hearts and minds of those who followed him. Like those timid but powerful shoots of green and orange that pushed up through the ashes and mud around Mount St. Helens, the Easter story, the spring story, reminds us that we are right to say the names of hope. In the pain and anxiety of our climate crisis, amidst worry and fear, we are right to say the names of hope. We are invited to love the earth, to see new possibility as we grow to understand that we are not separate from the climate we fear, nor disconnected from the environment we have been damaging, but an integral part of it, a branch of it. We ourselves are processes of the cosmos. And in the fear and despair of our daily world of abductions and gun violence and cruelty and devastation of society, in this time, too, we are reminded that love is always a possibility, that we are right to say the name of hope, that we are an integral part of the process. We are a branch of it. We are powerful even when we feel besieged. And we are called each and every day to nurture the seeds and sprouts of love and connection and hope, speaking up, speaking out, embracing our neighbors with protection and fierce love, tending the garden of our hearts and our strength to grow ourselves into a lush, loving, and joyous garden for all. May it be so. My friends, will you join your lush, loving, and joyous voices together as we sing Blue Boat Home? Please rise in body or in spirit.
Far away from the rolling
casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves upholding me, hail the great winds urging me on, breathe the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Thank you. I was so excited to sing Blue Boat Home, I skipped something. I skipped something very important. So I would like to invite Mel Wilkinson to come up to the pulpit and lead us in a little moment of gratitude.
Thank you, Reverend Ian. Good morning. Every now and again, we come together to honor some of the people that have worked in this church and given us all of their hope and their love. And this morning we are honoring two people who have been with this church for many, many years and have given of their hearts and their time and their talents. And the first person I'd like to honor this morning is Carol Scanney. Carol, could you come up? Yes, she's here. I saw her. I know she's here. Carol, get up here. Get up here. My, oh my. Carol, what you have done for this community is just beyond us. You have been our care committee for years and years and years. You did this all by yourself. I personally would like to thank you. I know the congregation would like to thank you. We have a small plaque for you. It says, "For all the years that have passed, for all the friends we've made, you stand out for us as a leader. In your kindness, your mentorship to others, especially the quiet leadership you've displayed for us. In our own way, each of us hold you dear in our hearts. The Unitarian Universalist Church of the Desert, 2025. Thank you, Mel. Thank you.
Dinosaur from the last centuries.
Never. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. These are a few words from some of your constituents here in the congregation that tell you about the love you have brought to them and the courage you have brought to them. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't remember a time when I came into this building that the piano wasn't playing. Maxine Zebarth and her late husband, Ken, gifted to the church this beautiful, full-sized concert grand piano. By the variety of music played this morning and each service we have, this piano was obviously built for the long haul. Maxine long felt that the lobby needed a spot of beauty in the lobby. So which essentially is the reason we have this beautiful, gorgeous bouquet of flowers. And for many years, our always dapperly dressed Maxine greeted newcomers and visitors by always being behind the greeting desk. I must say that I missed your smiling face that always had a warm and welcome hello for everyone. Maxine, would you come up and join us, please? Well, we just certainly enjoy this piano to the nth of our degrees. We also have a plaque for you and cards for people that love you to the nth. Thank you, Maxine, for all you have done for this church and all that we joy for you.
I've loved being here.
Thank you.
I felt so much peace every time I came.
And we you.
Thank you.
We you.
And enjoy the piano.
Oh, absolutely.
Can we get another round of applause for Carol Scanny and Maxine Zito? Thank you both for your years of love to this beloved community. Before I get to congregational news, which I know you all want to hear, I want to thank everybody that had a hand in today's service. It takes a lot of people and a lot of love and a lot of commitment to do this every single week. And I have such gratitude to be surrounded by you all. Thank you. For today's congregational news, one of our wonderful Breeze ambassadors, Fran Hogue, has news to share with us. Come on up, Fran. Fran? You're on.
Well, I was just trying to. Hello, everyone. So, you all received some email this week about Breeze. So, there were a few glitches in the first email, and we do appreciate those people who drew our attention to it so we could fix it. So you got another email, and then you tried to get onto Breeze. You tried to create an account, if you were brave. So what kind of an experience did you have? Was it positive? It was.
It worked eventually.
Yes. So we're all here to help you get on to really all get on to Breeze. So that is our membership directory. We have approximately 230 members and friends that are in our database. We have 39 that have opted into the directory. That's really good, but we have a long way to go. So we're here to help you go ahead and log onto that system so that when anyone from the church wants to contact you about going to lunch or dropping something off at your house, they can contact you. All right, so who are our Breeze champions here that are going to be helping you? We've got Cheryl and Claudia and Marty and Linda and Rod and the other Rod. Yeah. Okay, so I know there's going to be some cake after the service, and we've just made it possible for you to go back to the community room whenever you want. Cheryl will be taking your photo, and we'll proceed together. Thank you.
Please sign up, because I need to know how to contact all of you people for the next social justice activity. And with that in mind, of course, there are 2 announcements from the Social Justice Committee. Did you miss last Sunday's listening session? Don't despair. You can fill out a survey. If you look in last Friday's email all the way down to social justice stuff, you can go on and electronically tell us your thoughts. What do you think that you'd like social justice to do in the future? Don't like electronics? We got you covered. Out on the round table, there's a paper copy. Fill it out, put it in the basket, you're covered. But don't stop there. Right to the left of it is the ballot for our 11 social justice Share the Plate nominations. There are 11 nominations. We have to get that down to 8. That's on you now. You have until Friday, this coming Friday, not next Sunday, this coming Friday, to fill out your ballot. You can, again, if you like paper and pencil, go out in the lobby and tick off 8 of them, your favorites. If you want more information about them, look to the left of that. There's all the information that everybody wrote down about their organization. If you don't want to do it now, don't want the paper and pencil, look in last Friday's newsletter for the link and fill it out electronically. We've got you covered. So thank you, and we're going to get this done. And now, please join me in reading the words on the screen as Reverend Ian extinguishes our chalice this morning. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Friends, gathered and committed to respond to the call of a wounded world, we have joined together today with loving hearts and hands and minds and bodies. Embracing the interconnected web of water, air, and earth, we kindled a fire of sustaining hope, ever bright with love and justice. May we bring forth this day new wisdom, strength, and courage to create a new world not of wealth but of well-being, a world of new peace and abundance for all. As we give thanks for this earth, our shared and singular home, may we dedicate ourselves to its ongoing care. Rising to the calls deep within us and around us, may we respond today and always with courage and with love. May we be humble. May we be grateful. May we be committed. May we be hopeful. Go in peace, dear ones, to love and serve the world.